In a quiet village nestled at the edge of an enchanted forest lived a tiny fairy named Lila. She had sparkling wings that shimmered like diamonds and a glowing jar to collect starlight. Every night Lila flew to the sky to gather stardust from the brightest stars, spreading their magic across the land. The villagers loved waking up to the twinkling beauty she painted in the heavens. One evening, as she was gathering stardust, a faint star flickered far away in the horizon. It seemed to cry for help, its light fading more than ever before. Lila paused, sensing something unusual in the air. Determined to uncover the mystery, she decided to fly closer and investigate the lonely star. As she approached, the star's flickering grew weaker, and Lila's heart ached for it. She whispered softly, "Don't worry, little star. I'm here to help." But as she drew near, she discovered it wasn't a star at all, it was a comet, lost and afraid. The comet, named Nova, had strayed from its path and couldn't find its way home. Lila knew she couldn't leave Nova in such a fragile state. Together, they made a promise to journey through the vast night sky to return Nova to its place among the stars. With a determined heart and her glowing jar, Lila led the way. Their journey began with a visit to the River of Stars, a shimmering stream that flowed through the sky. The river carried the dreams of the world, and its currents were said to guide lost travelers. Lila and Nova glided gently above the glowing waters, marveling at the sparkling waves. Nova hesitated, afraid of being swept away by the powerful currents. "Don't worry," Lila reassured him. "I'll guide you across together." They soared low, following the river's twists and turns. The river sang a soothing melody, but its flow grew stronger as they moved forward. Suddenly, the current surged, pulling them toward a whirlpool of light. Lila gripped Nova tightly, her wings fluttering fiercely to keep them afloat. "Hold on," she cried as they spiraled around the glowing vortex. Summoning her courage, she sprinkled stardust into the whirlpool, calming its wild energy. The river's melody softened, and the whirlpool faded away, leaving them safe. Nova looked at Lila with gratitude, his confidence growing with her support. Together, they continued, knowing the journey would bring more challenges ahead. As they ventured further, Lila and Nova encountered the Starkeeper, a wise owl who guarded the constellations. The Starkeeper's feathers shimmered like the galaxies, and his golden eyes glowed with ancient knowledge. "Who dares to cross the skies uninvited?" he boomed, his voice echoing like thunder. Lila stepped forward, explaining Nova's plight and their quest to return him home. The Starkeeper studied them closely, then nodded slowly. "To succeed, you must face the trial of the Midnight Maze," he said. The Midnight Maze was a labyrinth of shadows and light, where travelers could lose their way forever. Lila's courage wavered, but Nova nudged her gently, reminding her of their promise. With a flap of his wings, the Starkeeper opened the maze's entrance. "Remember," he advised, "only those with pure hearts can find the exit." As they entered, the maze shifted around them, twisting paths of glowing stars and dark shadows. Lila held her jar tightly, its light guiding their way through the maze's mysteries. The Midnight Maze was alive, its paths changing with every step. Shadows danced around them, whispering doubts and fears. Nova trembled as the shadows seemed to grow larger, their whispers louder. "Don't listen to them," Lila said firmly, her voice steady despite her own fears. She sprinkled her stardust, creating a glowing path that pushed the shadows away. Slowly they moved forward, their trust in each other keeping them strong. The maze tested their resolve, but Lila's determination never faltered. At the heart of the maze, they found a glowing star shaped like a key. "This must be the way out," Lila said, reaching for it. As her fingers touched the key, the maze trembled and a path of light appeared. They followed the glowing trail, the whispers fading into silence. When they stepped out, the Star Keeper awaited them, a proud gleam in his golden eyes. "You have proven yourselves worthy," he said. "The stars will guide you now." Guided by the Star Keeper's wisdom, Lila and Nova reached the celestial bridge, a shimmering arch that connected the earth to the heavens. Nova looked at Lila, his eyes filled with gratitude and sadness. "I'll miss you," he said softly. Lila smiled, her heart heavy yet happy for Nova. "You belong with the stars, Nova," she replied. "Shine brightly, so I can always find you." As Nova stepped onto the bridge, it lit up with colors, welcoming him home. Lila watched as Nova ascended, his light growing stronger with each step. When he reached his place among the stars, he glowed brighter than ever before, a beacon of hope in the night sky. Lila returned to her village, her jar full of stardust and her heart full of memories. Every night, she looked up at Nova, feeling a special connection with her friend. And from the heavens, Nova twinkled back, a reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness could light up the universe. After Nova's homecoming, Lila returned to her nightly duties, but something felt different. The stars seemed quieter, as though the sky was holding its breath. One evening, as Lila sprinkled stardust across the heavens, she heard a soft melody drifting through the air. The song was beautiful, but its tone was melancholic, as if the stars were mourning. Lila followed the sound, letting it guide her to its source. The melody led her to a cluster of dimming stars, their once bright light fading into the darkness. One of the stars, an elder named Polaris, spoke in a trembling voice. "The harmony of the stars is broken. Without Nova's comet trail, our balance is incomplete." Lila realized that Nova's journey home had disrupted the celestial order. She knew she had to restore the stars' harmony, but she didn't know how. Polaris whispered, "You must find the lyric of eternity, a lost song that unites the stars, determined to bring peace to the sky." Lila set out on a new journey, her jar glowing with hope. Lila's search for the lyric of eternity took her to the celestial garden, a hidden realm where ancient songs rested. The garden was breathtaking, with flowers blooming in colors she had never seen before, each petal humming a gentle tune. At the center of the garden stood a grand harp made of silver light, its strings shimmering like rainbows. Lila approached cautiously, feeling the weight of the stars' hope on her shoulders. She plucked a string, and a single note resonated, echoing across the garden. Suddenly, the flowers began to sway, their melodies weaving into a harmonious chorus. Lila closed her eyes, letting the music guide her. She realized that the lyric of eternity wasn't a single song, but a collection of melodies sung by every star. As the harp played on its own, a scroll appeared, glowing with words of light. "This is the lyric," whispered the flowers. With the scroll in her hands, Lila knew she had found the key to restoring balance. As Lila prepared to leave the celestial garden, a towering figure emerged from the shadows. It was the Guardian of Light, a celestial being tasked with protecting the lyric of eternity. The Guardian's voice boomed, "Who dares to take the sacred lyric?" Lila stepped forward bravely, explaining the plight of the stars and the need to restore harmony. The Guardian studied her with piercing eyes, sensing the purity of her intentions. "Very well," he said, "but first you must prove your worth." The guardian created a glowing orb and tossed it into the air. "Catch it, and the lyric is yours to use," he challenged. The orb darted through the garden, faster than anything Lila had ever seen. She chased it, her wings beating furiously, but it always stayed just out of reach. Remembering Nova's words about trusting her heart, Lila paused and closed her eyes. She let the music of the lyric guide her, and with one swift motion, she caught the orb. The guardian nodded in approval, granting her passage to use the lyric. Lila returned to the dimming stars, the lyric of eternity glowing brightly in her hands. Polaris and the other stars watched anxiously as she prepared to sing the ancient song. Holding the scroll, Lila took a deep breath and began to hum the melody. Her voice blended with the lyric's light, creating waves of shimmering energy that rippled across the sky. The stars began to glow brighter, their light growing stronger with each note she sang. The harmony of the universe was slowly being restored. As Lila finished the song, the night sky erupted into a breathtaking display of colors. The stars twinkled in unison, their melody resonating across the heavens. Polaris smiled warmly, his light as bright as the dawn. "You have done it, little fairy. You have brought balance to the cosmos." Lila's heart swelled with joy, knowing she had fulfilled her purpose. The stars were at peace, and the sky sparkled with renewed magic, a sight more beautiful than ever before. The stars celebrated Lila's bravery, their gratitude shining down on the world below. But as she prepared to leave, Polaris stopped her. "Lila," he said gently, "you are more than just a gatherer of stardust. You are a guardian of light, and your place is here among the stars." Lila hesitated, thinking of her village and the people she loved. Polaris smiled knowingly. "You can visit whenever you wish, but the sky needs your magic." Lila agreed, her heart both heavy and light. She placed her glowing jar in the center of the sky, where it transformed into a radiant new star. Every night, her light guided lost travelers, just as she had guided Nova. The villagers below marveled at the brightest star in the sky, never knowing it was their beloved fairy. Lila found joy in her new role, spreading magic and hope across the universe. And so the Starry Night Traveler became a legend, her story written in the stars for all eternity. As Lila embraced her new role in the sky, she noticed the constellations whispering softly among themselves. Their voices wove together, creating faint patterns of light that only she could see. Curious, she approached the constellation Orion, whose shimmering belt gleamed brightly. "Lila," Orion said, his voice deep and steady, "we have a message for you. The cosmos is vast, and there are travelers like Nova who still need guidance." The constellations revealed a hidden pathway, known as the Astral Passage, which connected distant galaxies. Orion explained that this passage was fading, leaving travelers stranded in the void. "Only the Guardian of Light can restore it," he said. Lila felt a spark of determination. If her light could guide those in need, she knew she had to act. She began her journey toward the Astral Passage, her wings glowing brighter with each step of her mission. The Astral Passage was unlike anything Lila had ever seen. It was a swirling corridor of stardust and swirling lights, stretching endlessly into the unknown. As she approached, she could feel its energy dimming, the passage flickering like a candle in the wind. Lila reached out with her magic, but her stardust only illuminated part of the corridor. She realized the passage needed more than light, it required the lyric of eternity. Lila unfurled the scroll she had kept and began to hum the melody. The stars in the passage responded, their faint light growing stronger with each note. But as she sang, a dark presence emerged from the shadows of Void Serpent, a creature born from the emptiness between stars. Its eyes glowed with hunger as it hissed, "You cannot bring light to what belongs to the dark." Lila stood her ground, her heart steady despite her fear. The Void Serpent lunged at Lila, its body coiling around her as it tried to snuff out her light. Lila's wings shimmered as she dodged its attacks, her glowing jar deflecting the serpent's strikes. "You won't stop me," she shouted, her voice resonating with the melody of the lyric. She sprinkled her stardust in an arc, creating a shield of light that momentarily blinded the serpent. Realizing she couldn't defeat the serpent with strength alone, Lila closed her eyes and began to sing the lyric with all her heart. The melody filled the astral passage, its light pushing back the darkness. The serpent writhed, its form dissolving into harmless shadows. As the last note echoed, the passage glowed brighter than ever before, restored to its former glory. The stars within it hummed in harmony, their gratitude shining in their light. With the astral passage restored, Lila found herself on the Bridge of Dreams, a radiant path connecting realms of imagination and reality. As she walked, visions of her past adventures unfolded around her, each step reminding her of the lives she had touched. She saw Nova shining brightly among the stars and the villagers smiling as they gazed at her glowing jar in the sky. At the end of the bridge stood the Guardian of Light, waiting with a knowing smile. "You have done what few could accomplish," he said, "but your journey is far from over. The universe will always need a traveler to guide the lost and restore balance." Lila nodded, her resolve stronger than ever. She promised to continue spreading light, knowing her role was essential to the cosmos. Returning to her place among the stars, Lila felt a deep sense of purpose. She began weaving the stories of her adventures into the constellations, ensuring they would be remembered forever. Each night, the villagers below would look up, marveling at the new patterns in the sky. Children whispered tales of the brave fairy who traveled the heavens, her light shining brighter than the moon. Lila gazed at the stars, feeling their warmth and gratitude. She knew there would always be challenges in the vast universe, but her heart was at peace. She was the Starry Night Traveler, a guardian of light, a keeper of harmony, and a guide for all who wandered the skies. And so her story became one with the stars, a beacon of hope that would shine for all eternity. One evening, as Lila tended to the stars, she noticed an unusual brightness in the sky. Clusters of stars gathered closer than ever before, their light creating a mosaic of colors that shimmered like a painting. Polaris appeared beside her and explained, "This is the Cosmic Festival, a celebration held once every 1,000 years. Tonight, all celestial beings come together to honor the light and its keepers." Lila felt honored to be part of such an event. The stars hummed a melodious tune, and constellations danced in patterns that painted stories across the sky. Nova reappeared, her comet's trail adding a silver ribbon to the festivities. As Lila joined the dance, she realized the festival wasn't just a celebration, it was a reminder of the harmony and unity she had worked so hard to protect. As the festival reached its climax, the Guardian of Light descended from the heavens, his form glowing brighter than ever. "Lila," he called, his voice resonating across the cosmos, "your courage and dedication have brought light to countless lives. Tonight, the universe honors you." He extended his hand, revealing a small, glowing crystal. "This is the Keeper's gift, a shard of eternal light. With it, you will always have the strength to guide the stars." Lila accepted the crystal with gratitude, feeling its warmth course through her. As she held it, the stars sang her name, their voices carrying across the universe. The gift strengthened her connection to the stars, making her light even brighter. She vowed to use it wisely, knowing it was not just a tool but a symbol of her bond with the cosmos. As the festival concluded, a sudden chill swept through the sky. The stars dimmed, their light flickering uncertainly. Lila turned to see a familiar darkness creeping across the heavens, the remnants of the Void Serpent. Though she had defeated it before, pieces of its shadow had survived, gathering strength in the corners of the universe. Now it sought revenge. The serpent's shadow lunged toward the stars, its hunger threatening to consume them. Lila acted quickly, raising the keeper's gift. The crystal's light pushed the shadow back, but its power alone wasn't enough to banish it completely. Remembering the lyric of eternity, Lila began to sing once more, her voice harmonizing with the stars. Together, their combined light overwhelmed the shadow, scattering it into harmless fragments that dissolved into the night. In the aftermath of the battle, Polaris and the other stars gathered around Lila. "You cannot protect the skies alone," Polaris said gently. "The universe is vast, and its challenges are many. We must stand together." Lila agreed, realizing the importance of unity. She proposed forming a council of guardian stars, constellations, and celestial beings who would work together to preserve harmony. The stars welcomed the idea, and soon a council was formed. Each member pledged to protect the balance of light and guide the lost travelers of the universe. Lila became the leader of the council, her wisdom and bravery inspiring all. With their combined strength, the Guardians ensured that the skies remained a safe and welcoming place for all who wandered through them. Years passed, but Lila's light never faded. She continued to weave her stories into the constellations, creating maps of hope and courage for those who gazed at the night sky. The villagers below often pointed at the brightest star, telling their children tales of the starry night traveler. Her legend grew, spreading to faraway lands and even to distant galaxies. Though her work was never done, Lila found peace in knowing she was never alone. The council stood beside her, and the stars sang her songs each night. As she gazed at the endless sky, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had become more than a traveler, she was a symbol of light, unity, and hope. And so Lila's story lived on, her name forever etched in the tapestry of the stars. One quiet night, as Lila wandered the sky, a peculiar object floated toward her. It was a compass, but instead of pointing north, its needle glowed faintly, spinning toward different constellations. Intrigued, she held it close, feeling its gentle hum. The guardian of light appeared beside her, explaining, "This is the celestial compass. It seeks out stars in distress and guides you to where your light is needed most." As soon as Lila touched the compass, it pointed toward a distant corner of the universe where the stars seemed dimmer. Without hesitation, she followed its lead, her wings shimmering brightly. The journey was long, and the path was lined with swirling stardust and collapsing clouds. Yet Lila felt a sense of purpose, knowing she was about to help those who couldn't shine on their own. The compass led Lila to a region called the Fading Star Field, where stars flickered weakly, their light barely visible. She found clusters of stars huddled together, their once bright glow reduced to a faint shimmer. "What happened here?" Lila asked softly. A small, timid star named Ember explained. Lila inspected the mist lingering at the edges of the star field, realizing it wasn't natural, it was a remnant of the Void Serpent's shadow. With her keeper's gift, she summoned a beam of light, driving the mist away. But the stars needed more than just light, they needed hope. Lila began to sing the lyric of eternity once more, her melody weaving strength into their cores. Slowly, the stars regained their glow, their gratitude shining brighter than ever. As the starfield began to recover, Lila encountered a group of celestial beings called the Star Gardeners. These ancient entities tended to the universe, nurturing young stars and helping them grow. The gardeners explained that the mist had disrupted their work, and many new stars had failed to form as a result. Lila offered to help, using her light to restore balance to the starfield. Together, they planted seeds of stardust, each one sprouting into a tiny, twinkling star. Lila taught the gardeners the lyric of eternity, enabling them to infuse the stars with light and resilience. By the end of their work, the starfield shone brighter than ever before. The gardeners thanked Lila, promising to watch over the stars and ensure they thrived in her absence. As Lila prepared to leave the starfield, the celestial compass glowed once more, pointing to a single star named Ember. "I want to travel the universe," like you, Ember said shyly. Though small, Ember's light was strong and unwavering. Lila saw potential in the young star and decided to guide Ember on its first journey. "The universe is vast," Lila said, "but with courage and light, you can find your place among the stars." Ember followed Lila, learning how to navigate the skies and spread light to others. Together, they visited distant constellations and brought hope to forgotten corners of the cosmos. Along the way, Ember grew brighter, its light matching Lila's in strength and warmth. By the end of their journey, Ember was ready to find its own path, a shining beacon of inspiration for others. Returning to her place in the sky, Lila watched Ember settle into its new constellation. The young star now shone with confidence, a reminder of the countless lives Lila had touched. As the stars gathered to celebrate her latest success, the Guardian of Light appeared once more. "Lila," he said, his voice filled with pride, "your light has created ripples that will echo through eternity. You are not just a traveler, you are the heart of the cosmos." Lila smiled, her heart filled with peace. She knew her work would never truly end, but she welcomed the endless adventure. As she gazed at the infinite sky, she saw her legacy reflected in the stars, each one a story of hope, courage, and unity. And so, the starry night traveler continued her journey, her light a constant guide for all who wandered the vast expanse of the universe. One serene evening, the celestial compass guided Lila to a mysterious place hidden deep within the cosmos. She arrived at a vast expanse filled with glowing orbs, each suspended in the void like shimmering lanterns. A figure cloaked in starlight greeted her. It was the Archivist, keeper of the Starlight Archives. "These orbs," the Archivist explained, "hold the memories of every star that has ever shone, preserving their stories for eternity." Lila marveled at the archives, her fingers brushing one orb that held the tale of a star that had guided lost sailors on ancient seas. The Archivist handed her an orb glowing faintly. "This memory is fading," he said. "Its star has grown weak, and its story risks being forgotten." Determined, Lila vowed to restore its light, knowing that every story deserved to be remembered. Following the orb's faint glow, Lila arrived at a dim corner of the universe where the forgotten star resided. Its light flickered weakly, as if struggling to stay alive. The star's voice was faint but full of sorrow. "I was once a guide for dreamers and wanderers," it whispered. "But as time passed, fewer looked to me, and I began to fade. Lila placed the keeper's gift near the star, letting its light seep into the star's core. She spoke gently, "Your story is not forgotten. Your light still matters," singing the lyric of eternity. She poured her energy into the star, reigniting its glow. The star brightened slowly, its light no longer faint but steady. It promised to shine for all who needed guidance, a renewed beacon in the night sky. As Lila returned the orb to the archivist, he revealed another secret of the archives, the cosmic bridge, a radiant pathway that connected the stories of all stars. Every star is part of a greater story, he explained. Through their connections, they illuminate the universe with shared purpose. Lila was invited to walk the bridge, and as she did, she saw visions of countless stars, their lives intertwined in a grand tapestry of light. Lila realized her role wasn't just to protect individual stars, but to strengthen the bonds between them. She began weaving their stories into constellations, creating maps of unity and hope. The cosmic bridge glowed brighter with each connection, a testament to the harmony she had fostered. The universe felt more united than ever, its stars singing as one. Just as the cosmic bridge neared completion, a dark void loomed on the horizon. The remnants of the void serpent had merged into a final, terrifying force. It sought to destroy the bridge and plunge the universe into eternal darkness. The stars quivered, their light dimming in fear. Lila, undeterred, stood at the bridge's center, the keeper's gift glowing fiercely in her hands. The darkness surged toward her, but Lila summoned all the strength she had gained from her journeys. Singing the lyric of eternity, she channeled the light of every star she had ever saved. Their combined brilliance created a shield of radiant energy that pushed the darkness back. With a final, triumphant surge, the void was shattered, its threat vanquished forever. As peace returned to the cosmos, Lila stood on the cosmic bridge, her heart full of gratitude. The stars gathered around her, their voices harmonizing in a song of celebration. The archivist approached, placing a glowing crown of light upon her head. "You have become more than a traveler," he said. "You are now the keeper of the eternal light, a guardian whose legacy will shine forever." The bridge shimmered, connecting every star in an unbreakable bond. Lila's light, amplified by the keeper's gift, illuminated the entire universe, ensuring that no corner would ever fall into darkness again. As she gazed at the endless expanse of stars, she felt a profound sense of fulfillment. Her journey was far from over, but she knew she would never walk it alone. The stars would always be with her, and together they would light the way for all who followed. The universe sparkled in harmony as the stars prepared for a grand celebration, the Celestial Festival, a rare event held to honor the keeper of eternal light. Lila watched in awe as the stars wove intricate patterns of light across the skies, creating breathtaking constellations. Each constellation told a story of bravery, kindness, and hope, inspired by Lila's journey. The guardian of light appeared before her, his presence glowing with pride. "Lila," he said, "this festival is not just for the stars, but for you. You've united the cosmos with your light." As the festival began, stars from every corner of the universe gathered to sing a chorus of gratitude. Their voices blended into a melody so beautiful that it filled Lila's heart with joy and purpose. During the festival, the archivist presented Lila with a shimmering orb unlike any she had seen before. "This," he said, "is the orb of unity. It holds the essence of all stars, binding their light into a single, indestructible force." As Lila touched it, she felt the strength of every star she had helped, their warmth flowing into her. The guardian explained its importance. "This orb will ensure that the stars remain connected, no matter the challenges ahead. It is a symbol of the bonds you forged. Moved by their trust, Lila vowed to protect the unity she had created. She held the orb high, and its light cascaded across the cosmos, weaving an eternal connection among the stars. As the festival continued, a small, dim star named Nova approached Lila. "I have a wish," Nova said, its voice trembling. "I want to travel the universe, but I fear my light is too faint to shine alone." Lila knelt beside Nova, her wings glowing softly. "Your light is unique," she said. "Even the smallest stars can illuminate the darkest skies." She offered to take Nova on a short journey, showing it how even a faint light could make a difference. Together, they visited shadowy corners of the universe, where Nova's soft glow brought comfort and warmth. By the end of their journey, Nova's light burned brighter, filled with newfound confidence. It returned to the festival, a shining example of courage and growth. Toward the end of the festival, the Celestial Council, composed of the oldest and brightest stars, convened to honor Lila. "You have not only saved countless stars, but have also taught us the true meaning of unity," the council leaders said. They offered Lila a seat among them, recognizing her as an eternal guardian of the cosmos. Lila humbly declined, explaining, "My journey isn't over. There are still stars in need of help, and I must continue to spread light wherever it's needed." The council respected her decision, gifting her a radiant cloak made of starlight. "This will protect you on your travels," they said. Lila donned the cloak, feeling its warmth wrap around her like the embrace of countless stars. As the festival drew to a close, Lila stood at the edge of the cosmic bridge, gazing at the endless horizon of stars. The guardian of light appeared beside her. "Your journey has transformed the universe," he said. "But the cosmos is ever-changing, and new challenges will arise." Lila nodded, her heart steady with resolve. "I am ready," she said. "As long as there are stars to guide and stories to tell, my light will never fade." With the orb of unity in her hands and the radiant cloak on her shoulders, Lila stepped forward into the unknown. The stars watched as she disappeared into the vast expanse, their light brighter than ever before. Though her path was uncertain, one thing was clear: the Starry Night Traveler would always be a beacon of hope, illuminating the cosmos for generations to come. As Lila ventured deeper into the cosmos, the celestial compass led her to the Whispering Nebula, a swirling cloud of colors that sang a haunting melody. The nebula was a place of forgotten voices, stars that had dimmed long ago but left their echoes behind. The whispers called out to her, telling tales of loneliness and longing for connection. Lila listened carefully, her heart heavy yet determined. She used the orb of unity to gather the echoes, weaving them into a luminous thread of light. "You may be forgotten no more," she whispered, releasing the thread into the nebula. The whispers transformed into a symphony of joy, their light reignited as part of the cosmic song. Continuing her journey, Lila encountered a new ally, a starborn guardian named Kyle. Kyle, a being forged from the essence of dying stars, had watched Lila's efforts with admiration. "I've long sought a purpose," Kyle admitted. "May I join you in your mission to protect the stars?" Lila smiled warmly, seeing the sincerity in his glowing eyes. Together, they traveled to neglected regions of the universe, combining their powers to mend broken constellations and heal fading stars. Kyle's strength and Lila's compassion formed a perfect partnership, their bond shining brighter with every challenge they faced. The stars began to call them the twin lights, a symbol of unity and hope. One evening, the celestial compass pointed toward the eternal horizon, a boundary where the known universe met the unknown. It was a place shrouded in mystery, where no star had dared to travel. Lila felt a pull, a silent call from beyond the horizon. "It feels like destiny," she told Kale, who nodded in agreement. Crossing the horizon, they discovered a realm of pure potential, a vast, empty canvas waiting to be filled with light. Lila realized that this was where new stars were born. Together, she and Kale planted the seeds of starlight, using the orb of unity to ensure they would flourish. The first glimmers of new constellations began to form, a promise of endless creation. As the new stars began to shine, a shadow emerged from the void, a remnant of the void serpent, determined to extinguish the newborn light. The shadow grew stronger, feeding on the fear of the young stars. Lila and Kale stood their ground, knowing this battle would determine the future of the cosmos. Summoning the power of the orb of unity, Lila called upon the strength of every star she had ever helped. Their combined light formed an unbreakable shield, while Kale unleashed a blazing energy that scattered the shadow into nothingness. The newborn stars shimmered brighter, their fear replaced with courage. The cosmos was safe once more, its harmony preserved. With the darkness defeated and the eternal horizon alight with new stars, Lila and Kale stood together, their journey reaching a new beginning. The stars gathered to honor them, their collective voices creating a radiant song that echoed through the universe. The celestial compass, its mission complete, transformed into a constellation in the sky, a permanent guide for all travelers. Lila looked at Kale, her heart full of gratitude. "Our work is far from over," she said. "But the stars will always guide us hand in hand." They stepped into the endless expanse, ready to face whatever lay ahead. The universe shimmered with the light of their legacy, and as they ventured onward, the Starry Night Traveler and her companion became eternal symbols of hope, unity, and infinite possibility. As Lila and Kale journeyed through the stars, their light forever intertwined with the cosmos, the universe itself seemed to breathe in harmony. The story of the Starry Night Traveler was more than just a tale. It was a reminder that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always a spark of light ready to guide the way. With every step, they sowed hope and unity, knowing that their adventure would continue, and the stars would shine as beacons for all who sought guidance. And as the stars twinkled brightly above, it was clear the universe would forever be illuminated by the power of those who dared to dream, to journey, and to unite. And so, the story of the Starry Night Traveler lives on forever, a part of the infinite sky, where each star carries a story, and every story, a light. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, we'd love for you to give it a thumbs up. It really helps us grow. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family who might enjoy it too. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from us. See you in the next video, and thanks for your amazing support.